Welcome to this video showing you how to complete the eConsent immunisation form to record whether you're providing consent or not for your child to have an immunisation provided by the school's immunisation team at your child's school. You should have received a letter from the school that contains a code for you to be able to access the form. You need to have this in order to complete the form. First of all, you need to type in the address to the correct website, forms.mpft.nhs.uk, and this is best done on Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome web browsers. It may work on Internet Explorer, but it's less reliable, so it's better to do it on one of those two browsers, so either Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. It can also be completed on a phone, so it may work on Safari on an iPhone, but it will look slightly differently laid out because of the fact it will be on a much smaller screen than I'm demonstrating here, but it should still be possible to do it. So ideally, you should first find the Nhs number for your child if you don't already know it. So there is a button you can click onto that will take you to a government website where you'll be able to search for and locate the Nhs number for your child. If you can't do this, you can proceed, but it will make it harder for the system to match the patient against your child on the system. So on the initial page, you need to enter in your email address. You need to select a school from the list, or you can start to type in the name of the school and it will jump to that part of the list. You need to find the session for the day listed on the letter that you've been sent, and this will tell you which vaccinations are being offered on that day. So I'm going to choose this session for the dummy school on the 27th of September. In the box below, you need to provide the code that you were sent in the letter to allow you to access the site. Once you've typed that in, you need to click onto the click here to continue to consent form. That will take you to the first page of the form. First of all, you'll need to type in the name of your child in the two boxes provided. You can also add a known as, so if they have a preferred name that they go by, you can type that into that box there, but it's not mandatory to do that. When you scroll down on that page, it will then ask you for the date of birth of your child. You can type that in. Then you need to choose the gender of the child and type in the Nhs number if it's known. It is possible to leave this blank, but it will work better if you've found the Nhs number on the previous page and you can type that number in there. You then need to enter in the GP surgery that the child is registered at and select which year at school the child is in. You then click on the next button to go to the next page. This is where you will be asked to consent to the different vaccinations that are being provided. So it may only have the one option available, or it might have multiple options like we have on this page here. So for each separate vaccination, you need to choose whether it's a yes or a no. If you choose no to one of the options, you'll be asked to explain why you're not giving consent. And you need to choose one of the options from the list. Now, with the flu vaccination, things are slightly different. You have the option of yes or no, but if you were to choose no, there is the option to say that you don't want to have it because the vaccine contains porcine products. So if you're a vegan, or if you have religious reasons why you don't want your child to have anything that contains products from a pig, then that's the option you can choose. And that would then give you the option to say whether you wanted to have the alternative to this, which doesn't contain porcine products, in which case you can say yes to that, and they will be given the alternative vaccine instead. That will change it to a yes, saying that you have actually consented. You've just consented to the alternative vaccine that doesn't contain the porcine products. Once you've said yes or no to each of the vaccinations, you then need to put in the declaration box, your name, and select what your relationship is to the child. You can then click next to go to the next screen, where you'll need to add in your address. Only the fields with a asterisk are mandatory. You can then add 1 or 2 emergency contacts. So I'm going to add myself as the main contact and add a telephone number that I can be reached on. And I'm going to add the child's mother as a second contact. Once you've filled in that page, you click onto the next button, where you will get a series of questions. What questions appear will depend on which vaccinations you've consented to. So each of those has a yes/no answer to it. So read the question carefully and select either yes or no. You then get a free text box where you need to add in any details if you've chosen yes to any of the options. So I've said yes to the fact that the child had a vaccination last year. Once you've answered all of the questions on that page, you can click on to Next, where you'll get a summary of the information you've filled in. So just check that everything you've filled in is the correct answer and the form has the correct information on it. And then if you click onto the Save button, you'll be thanked for submitting the consent form and you will be given a unique reference code. So make a note of this in case you need to contact the school immunisation team on the number above if circumstances change and you need to change the session or you want to change your consent option.